So, obviously, Generation Now, you guys' flagship artist, Uzi.
Yeah.
He's from your hometown. How did you guys meet Uzi? I remember the first person that put me onto him was it was either Will from Taylor Gang or Ty.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds
about right.
Yeah.
I think it was Ty. I think I was in Boston with Ty, and we were in his room, and he was just playing shit off SoundCloud. And I was like, "What is this?"
That came from us being on tour and with those guys. Shout out to those guys. So
Ty's actually the first one to give Uzi a paid show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
like a real paid show in L.A. His first show in L.A.
You want to hear some crazy shit? In 2015, I had a birthday show that Burner was supposed to headline in Phoenix, and Burner couldn't show up. And Will was like, "Look, man, do you want me to get Uzi? Do you want me to try to get Uzi to do it?" And at the time, I was like, I don't know if these people would give a fuck who Lil Uzi is. Because they're there. It was like a real, it was like Burner and Boz from Dream. It was like some rap shit.
Right.
I was like, I'll pass. Like, I like, don't make the call. You know, like, and what fucking idiot I am.
crazy.
But like, how did you guys initially find Uzi?
Kenny started this off.
I was working at Def Jam. I was vice president A&R, and I wound up. A lot of people don't know this. When I was trying to DJ, I was trying to transfer over and doing EDM, DJing wise, and I got connected with this guy named Sujit. And
Scam artist?
Yes. And Scam, he represented me for about a year and some change, and he had me and Just Incredible. You know, I seen Just Incredible, fucking billboard. I mean, I was just like, holy shit, this is crazy. So I was like, yo, I want to get in this circuit. He was like, yo, I'm gonna put you on that same circuit. So I started doing Houston, Vegas, and Atlantic City. My first Atlantic City gig, I think it was at MGM or something. I had to fly into Philly and drive to Atlantic City. And when I drove to Atlantic City, I turned on the radio and I was listening to Diamond Cuts.
Yeah.
Diamond Cuts is a different story too, because I used to DJ for Miss Jade, and when I didn't go on the road with Miss Jade anymore, I seen Diamond Cuts one time. I was like, yo, you should take over what I'm doing. You know what I mean? With Miss Jade. And so when I'm driving down there, she's playing just in the mix show, and I heard a song called The Real Uzi. And I was like, yo, this sounds special. What is this? I called her immediately, like, yo, who is that? She was like, yo, it's this artist I'm working with named Uzi Vert. I was like, yo, I come back from Atlantic City, I want to meet him. Time went by, I didn't get a chance. But the next time you're in Philly, come up. Which is another weird situation. I lived in, this area called East Falls, is right off of Ridge Avenue. They had a next door kind of little city called Manayunk. And I went home and I was like, I want to meet this kid. He's probably in North Philly somewhere in somebody's basement recording some crazy shit, right? He's like, yo, they're in Manayunk. So I was like, oh shit, that's walking distance from the crib. So I went to Manayunk, went to the studio, listened to some songs. He was in the studio just silent as a motherfucker, acting like he ain't know who I was. He was just being him. His guy, I forget the manager name. Damn, why I blown? What's his man?
Buzz.
Yeah. Okay, Buzz was there. He was just, speaking for him. He just kept playing me crazy records. And I was like, yo, this shit crazy. So I go back to Atlanta. I tell them, like, yo, we could do this shit again. Because at the time, we wasn't really doing no record label stuff. Drama was building the studio. He was like, yo, I want you to see some shit that I'm building.
And you guys had, went down that road before.
Yeah, we did the affiliates. Yeah. And then I went to L.A., was trying to figure some things out. I moved there for like 18 months. Then it, came back home. But me and John started communicating. He was like, yo, I want to show you something when you get back to Atlanta. I came. He was building Mean Streets 501, which is now the famous 501 Mean Streets. And I seen it, and I went in the studio, and he was just asking me about equipment. I was like, damn, you got to get this right mic. And you know what I mean? No speakers, we could do that. And, he had a radio room. And everything was getting built out, and it was just special. So I was like, damn, as we started working, and I was coming to the studio more regularly when he was doing stuff. And I was like, yo, I found this kid. We need to do this shit. I'm telling you, this shit going to work. Right? And then we was like, shit, we all in. We never really told each other no on nothing.
Right.
But he was like, yo, this going to win. And this is like our first time, like, as the three of us. Because we're always like, Lake and Drum's relationship and ours was different. Me and Lake would meet up and talk forever. He would get me so much money on the mixtape side just hosting, and he would bring Freeway over to the crib and shit like that. And then they was doing some stuff, so we all combined it. You know what I mean? And then we finally got Uzi to Atlanta, and I think he recorded in January. He never left. He just stayed. He's like, I'm not going back home. You know what I mean? So that's how the whole play came together. And then we just worked on it from there. It was just,
What was like what was the Carnage record like his first like big look?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember that record like just going up in the club and not really being like I had heard the name because of Will, but I was like, oh shit, this shit is.
Yeah, and when I speak about conviction, think about it. When I was talking to him and trying to get him into the fold, he was already talking to A$AP Yams already. He was Kanye was interested through this kid named Charlie Heat. And Charlie Heat was working with Kanye. He was trying to bring him there. A$AP loved him. Rich the Kid and him was in like a little space. So it was like, it was a lot going on at that time, while we was trying to figure out how we was going to do the deal. We still ain't had a name. I think we waited like 6 months trying to figure out what the name of the company was going to be.
Yeah, we did.
We was just like, name that shit anything, just sign them and let's go. We didn't, it was just a tough, just trying to figure it all out because it was so sudden. You know what I mean? Even at that time, I was trying to, even though we was doing it, I was going to take our situation and try to do it through Def Jam, and that didn't work out because there was just so much going on. I brought so much talent to Def Jam that just wound up not getting signed that I just like, yo, it's time. I learned some stuff.
Can you like who?
I brought Rich Homie Quan.
Oh man.
I told him about the Migos. I told him about Iggy Azalea very early. I actually tried to sign A$AP Rocky and the A$AP Mob, and when I couldn't get them because they was already getting ready to get committed, I seen that Iggy Azalea was there. She had a song called Pussy. It was like 2011. I sent the email. They was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Wound up getting signed later. It was just so much random shit that, I was just telling them about, and it just didn't work out. There was some like Dirk and Reese. There were some that we kind of like nurtured. Right. Logic. These are all the things that we call.
You helped bring Logic to Def Jam?
No, my guy Noah Preston.
Okay.
But we all were like, when we went to Cali, it was me, him, No ID. We're all like a hub, so we were just bringing things in, trying to work it. I think who was it? Janae Aoki. We just had a mean team. We were like administration so you know what I mean? So when we were doing all that, I was learning so much. I was like, yo, we can do this because I already know how the buildings work. You know what I mean? I went
We're in the
there.
building, yeah.
Yeah, I knew for 3 years. I was like, oh man, I learned so much. Let's go do this shit outside. You know what I mean? And I was just almost certain, Drum was at Atlantic.
I had
almost
just gotten over to Atlantic.
Yeah, he was at Atlantic too.
It almost took like the finding the right artist to like,
Well, we had tried to sign a couple other people though.
Yeah, we did.
Initially when we
did.
first got going, like we had took a couple trips and we had flown to see a couple people, and like we always had them like right here, and we would lose them at the last minute, and that's why we were so adamant about the Uzi thing. Like,
who did you? Anybody that we would know that you almost
absolutely, yeah. Like I think the first one was OT Genesis.
OT.
We did Playhouse with OT one night, and I had known OT from a while back, and I ended up DMing him, and I think I overslept, and I didn't end up checking my responses, and when I woke up and checked the next day, I think Busta had already hollered at him. So
We tried to sign Tory.
tried to sign Tory Lanez. Yeah, we met with Sasha early in the game, right at what's the name of the seafood spot? Right?
Steam House.
Steam House, yeah.
Steam House. Yeah, met with Sasha about Tory Lanez, the Migos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Migos.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys tried to. So because